If you've ever felt stuck in the loop of overwhelm, judgment, and burnout, this story's for you. Last night, I had a moment. I was sitting with a group of entrepreneurs, truly smart, driven people who show up to support each other and really push each other to get more out of one another. I admitted that I've been having an issue in my own business, that I've been avoiding doing this. I've been avoiding making videos again. It's felt too overwhelming. It's felt too big, too complicated, and like it is just too much to add into an already packed schedule. Someone in the group fortunately knew how to be a content creator. They gave me a roadmap. It was a simple breakdown for content creation, and suddenly everything clicked. It was right there. But the real breakthrough was that someone else called me out. I mean, it was the best way to be called out possible, like to my face, blunt, but they called me out and it was fantastic. They saw it. They saw it for what it was. It was the ADHD spiral. It was the spiral of overwhelm. It was the one that leads to avoidance and the one that leads to guilt, and that the guilt circles into shame, and that the shame circles back into overwhelm. I talk about this loop with my clients all the time. I teach them how to break it. I give them the tools to do it. But I missed something, this important in myself. I missed the signs. We miss things in ourselves all the time. This is why we need other people. This is why we need someone outside the loop. Someone who can help us refocus, to hear what we are really saying, even when we can't recognize it ourselves. Now, not all the feedback that I got was helpful. Some of it came with a decent amount of judgment. I gave one sentence about what I did and what I do and what my problem was, and I got back a pile of assumptions. I was told, wake up earlier, work harder, just get more done. Let me say this clearly. There is no just. There is no should. These words have no meaning. These words don't help. They shut down understanding, they shut down the conversation, and they lead to shame spirals. And I've seen the damage that they cause. When you have ADHD, these are the words that have some of the most impact on your life and cause the most damage. Now, I'm not new to hard work. I've worked 16-hour shifts at the bedside in all kinds of care areas. I've picked up extra shifts to cover short staffing. I've lost my weekends. I showed up through COVID. And that was when the whole world felt like it was burning. I even drove through riots when the city really was burning because I was on call and patients needed care. I've lived the hustle culture, and it earned me burnout, PTSD, and a back injury that ultimately ended my bedside career at the hospital. Now, I built something better. Not easier, but better. Sustainable, balanced, healthy. I have boundaries because I love what I do. And I refuse to let burnout steal that from me again. You don't have to be up at 5 a.m. telling the world that you're crushing it by 7 to be a success. That's someone else's model. It does not have to be yours. Let's talk about productivity. The truth is, work for the sake of work is meaningless. The hustle culture mentality, it works if we define what productivity actually means. If you check boxes for the sake of checking boxes, you're busy, but what are you actually getting done? You're not actually growing. Productivity has to be meaningful. It has to align with who you are and what your intentions are. It has to be real and measurable and goal-oriented, not driven by guilt. Balance and boundaries and joy are not the opposite of productivity. They're the reasons you'll still be standing and going strong, doing what you actually love and what lights you up in 5, 10, 30 years from now. ADHD can make moments like this feel heavy. We feel the judgment, we hear the "you're not doing enough," and it hits harder because we're wired for it to feel like it's heavier. But here's the thing, with support, with coaching, with the right tools, we stop believing those voices. You build resilience and you start defining success on your terms. If any part of this hit home, I want you to know you don't have to figure this out alone. That's what the ADHD method that I've built is for, is to help you break the loop, to help you find the life that works for your brain, not against it. If you're curious, let's talk.